All right, if you're a JavaScript developer, you know the pain of making API calls. Today, we're going to break down how one simple library can totally clean up your code, handle errors for you, and just make your whole workflow so much better. So, does your code for fetching data just feel messy? Are you getting tired of manually converting every single response to JSON? Or, writing these huge if-else blocks just to handle a simple network error? If you're nodding along, you are in the right place. Okay, let's dive right in. And to do that, we first have to look at the problem itself, what I like to call the API call headache. And here it is. This is that aha moment. Look at the left. That's the native fetch API. You see those multiple .then calls? One to even get the response, and then a second one just to parse the JSON. But then look at the right. That's Axios. It's one clean, super readable line that does the exact same thing. This contrast right here, it's the whole reason we're talking about this today. So, we've seen the problem, we've seen the mess, now let's talk about this really elegant solution that cleans it all up. So, what exactly is Axios? Well, at its core, it's a promise-based HTTP client. To put it simply, it's a specialized tool that's built for one job, to make sending and receiving data from servers incredibly simple and straightforward. And it works everywhere, whether you're in the browser or on a Node.js backend. So, why is it so incredibly popular? Well, first off, it's promise-based, which means it works beautifully with modern async await. It's also universal. It runs on the browser, it runs on the server. But here's the kicker, the automatic JSON conversion. Remember that second then call we saw with Axios? It's just gone. Add in much better error handling right out of the box and some seriously powerful features like interceptors, and you really start to see why it's such a game changer. Okay, enough talk, right? Let's actually see it in action. Let's move on and see how this all looks in actual usable code. Here we go, a basic GET request. It's just a single function, .get, with your URL. If it works, the .then block runs and your data is sitting right there, ready to go in response.data. No extra parsing needed. And if it fails for any reason, the .catch block handles that error cleanly. It's simple, it's predictable, it's super effective. But this is where it gets even cleaner. With the modern async await syntax, you just wrap your Axios call in a try block. That little await keyword just pauses everything until the data comes back, which makes your asynchronous code read like it's happening in order. And if anything at all goes wrong, the catch block is your safety net. It just instantly takes over. Honestly, this is the way to write modern API calls. But what if you need to send data, not just get it? Well, a POST request is just as easy. The first argument is the URL, and the second is just a plain old JavaScript object with whatever data you want to send. Axios takes care of the rest. It automatically sets the right headers, stringifies your data, all that boring stuff is done for you. Okay, the basics are great, they really are. But what sets Axios apart, what makes it a pro-level tool, are the features that give you total control over your network requests. Let's call them the Axios superpowers. And this quote just nails it. It perfectly illustrates the core idea here. Even with its most powerful features, the goal is always to keep that feeling of simplicity. So let's talk about the real superpower, interceptors. This feature lets you globally intercept every single request right before it's sent or every response right before it's processed. Now, why is that so powerful? Well, imagine automatically attaching an authentication token to every single outgoing request, or maybe creating a universal error handler for all your responses. You write that logic one time in one place, and it applies everywhere. It's incredible. And there's more. Need to add search filters or query parameters? You just pass in a params object. Need to add a specific API key for just one request? Add a headers object. What if a user clicks away from a page while a really slow request is running? Well, Axios lets you cancel it, which saves bandwidth and makes your app feel faster. These aren't just features on a list, they're direct solutions to real-world problems we all face. So we know Axios is powerful, but how does it really truly stack up against the native Fetch API, the thing that's already built right into every browser? You know, this table pretty much tells the entire story. Automatic JSON parsing, Axios has it. With Fetch, you do it manually. Sensible error handling out of the box, that's a check for Axios. What about support for timeouts, those powerful interceptors, or canceling requests? Again, it's all built into Axios, but with Fetch, you'd have to code all of that yourself. The visual here is, well, it's pretty undeniable. And that brings us to the verdict. The code you write with Axios isn't just more powerful, it's actually simpler to write in the first place, and it's way easier for you and your team to maintain down the road. It's a win on all fronts.
So now that we know why we should be using Axios, let's look at the best way to actually integrate it into a real project for a workflow that's clean, scalable, and just makes sense.
Here's the recommended best practice you'll see in tons of professional projects. Instead of importing and using Axios directly all over your app, you create a single central file. Let's call it api.js. In there, you create an instance of Axios with all your default settings, like your base URL and maybe a timeout. You can attach your interceptors right here too. Then, throughout your entire application, you just import and use this pre-configured instance. This keeps all your API logic organized, consistent, and super easy to update later on. And that really is the thought I want to leave you with. You spend countless hours building powerful, sophisticated applications. Doesn't it just make sense to use an API client that matches that same level of power and thoughtfulness, while also making your job easier